Hi guys, how you? Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Neil. If you've not been here before, please press subscribe or leave me a comment below if you have an opinion on anything that I say in this video. Now today we're going to focus on ESP guitars at Namm 2023. The reason we're focusing on ESP guitars and they're getting a full video all to themselves is because I think they deserve it, because they have taken new products to Namm. They've bought the booth there, they've taken their products there, they have released new products even though every guitar brand out there is suffering big time, particularly getting guitars out of the South Korean factory. In my opinion, the best LTD price range guitars come from the South Korean factory, so this will have hit ESP hard, but it's really nice to see them bring out some new guitars. In this video we're going to talk about the guitars that have caught my eye that ESP have released. First of all, I just want to say it's really nice that they've concentrated and given some love to the E2 guitars. I think they probably had no choice but to do that. Obviously the E2 guitars come from the Japanese factory, they're Japanese made. They do cost a bit more. In my opinion, they are premium quality guitars. You know, it's an instrument for life. When you buy a guitar from the Japanese factory, you know, an ESP guitar, it's a guitar for life. It's a real instrument. It's not a toy. You know, it's not something that's made to look like a really amazing guitar, but it's really affordable. It is a good quality instrument that will last the test of time. Now, I think they've had no choice, like I say, but to concentrate on that end of things because of the amount of products that are coming out from the other factories. It's a bit slowed down, so I think they've concentrated on the Japanese factory, which probably hasn't been hit quite as hard. Because obviously it's higher end, you know, not everybody can afford it. Now the E2 stuff, the prices usually come between like 2,400 to 3K, you know, for a good E2 guitar. The big news though is that the E2 guitars now have been upgraded, or at least in my opinion they've been upgraded. You know, they have some nice features on stainless steel frets. One of them, you know, that's one of the big upgrades. They've appeared, stainless steel frets, on LTD guitars over the last couple of years. And I think everybody who is a big fan of the E2s, you know, who loves the E2s, was kind of wondering why they've not turned up on the E2s when you pay such a bigger price. But they have turned up now on the E2 guitars, and I think it's absolutely fantastic that they have. So first of all, let's talk about the Hex 200. I just want to say how happy I am that this guy has created this guitar, because one thing that's always put me off the V's that ESP do is the arrows and things like that. They have a cutaway here, it's not symmetrical, so it's a V shape, and it's a nice one, and it makes sense, you know, the arrows make sense when you're playing up high. But for me, I need my V to look symmetrical, and quite a lot of the ESPs don't because of that cutaway, so you can reach up high. And it looks absolutely great. There's two Hex models. One of them is a bolt-on, it's the Hex 200. Another signature V that has come out is the Gary Holt signature. Gary Holt has stuck to his original theme, you know, the red binding, the red pickups, and the black guitar. It looks absolutely fantastic. Again, it's not particularly for me just because of that cutaway up high. It's like I need it to be more symmetrical. It's like an OCD thing. It just doesn't look right to me. It does probably make playing up high a hell of a lot easier, but it just doesn't appeal to me. I need my V's to just be symmetrical. It's a funny fad that I have. But the guitar does look great overall. It does look a fantastic guitar. One of the guitars that's caught my eye, and probably my favourite, is the E2 Eclipse with the Floyd Rose on it. It is an original Floyd Rose upgraded with stainless steel parts and stainless steel frets as well. It's in charcoal black, or should I say charcoal burst. It's got Fishman pickups in, like most ESPs have nowadays. ESPs seem to be releasing guitars with Fishman now, as opposed to the EMGs. It used to always be EMGs on ESP guitars, and now they seem to be moving over to Fishman. I really like Fishman pickups, so that's okay with me, but this guitar looks absolutely stunning. It looks absolutely gorgeous, this guitar. It's a shame it's not full thickness. I don't think it's full thickness anyway, but that would have been even nicer. That would have appealed to me even more, but I am tempted, if I'm honest, to actually get this guitar, you know, shell out that 3K on this guitar and just have an instrument that is one of those, like I say, like an instrument for life from the Japanese factory. But yeah, absolutely love that guitar. I think it's great. There's an M2 in black natural burst. It looks absolutely gorgeous. It is a really classic looking guitar. It might be a bit too fancy for me, but I do actually like the look of that guitar. We have an E2 M2 neck through model in Snow White. It looks gorgeous. The back of the neck is in a natural finish. It's got a Floyd Rose on it. Again, Fishman pickups, a really classy, nice looking guitar. It reminds me of the Arctic range in the LTD series, the Arctic series, sorry, in the LTD range. It looks really cool, really classy, and that is another guitar that would appeal to me. I'm not too bothered about the LTD Vulture, which is James Hetfield's signature guitar. Everyone's been waiting for that for quite a while, but it's not for me. Like I said, it looks ugly. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. I don't like it. It's not for me. Somebody will love it out there, but I don't particularly love it. There's also an E2 M2 hardtail model in Mercury Blue Burst. That's pretty nice. Again, very classy looking. When you're dealing with the E2 models, I think you have to keep it looking expensive and looking classy. As soon as you start making them look too much like the LTD models, you're going to get people who are going to just buy an LTD version rather than the E2. The M1000, the LTD M1000, is now available in candy apple red satin, and it looks gorgeous. I love satin guitars. I'm a big fan of satin finishes, and this guitar looks really, really nice. And red guitars, I do like them, particularly for YouTube, funnily enough, because when the lights are on them, they really pop. You know, I find that red is a good colour to have for a guitar on camera. I think if you get the lighting right, the red can really make the guitar pop, and it really does look good and eye-catching on videos. So I really do like that guitar as well. A couple more E2 guitars that we really need to focus on and need to talk about are two more Eclipse models. You know that I'm a big fan of the ESP and LTD Eclipses. They're one of the most comfortable guitars to play, and in my opinion, I play better on those guitars than I do on any others. So this year I will be aiming to get at least one type of EC or Eclipse on the channel. The E2 Eclipse is now available in Black Cherry Sunburst. It looks absolutely fantastic. Again, because it's an E2, they've had to go for a classy, you know, a classic type finish. They can't just put something out there that looks similar to the LTD, or people will just buy the LTD. The main one I want to focus on though is the E2 Eclipse Full Thickness EverTune. I love full thickness guitars. I love the full thickness ESPs, the Eclipses. They've got an EverTune bridge on this one, obviously, and they've put like gold parts on it. The saddles are gold on there, and I absolutely love the look of this guitar. I don't know whether I get on with them or not, to be honest. So it's a bit of a risk spending that amount of money on a guitar with an EverTune on when it's your first EverTune that you own, but I do like them. I do like the look of that guitar. I think it looks great. Again, stainless steel frets. So with that guitar, you know, in particular, you've got full thickness body, which a lot of people love that buy the E2 Eclipses. You've got the EverTune bridge, and they've upgraded the hardware so that it's got that gold, those gold saddles on that really pop and look absolutely fantastic. That guitar just looks absolute class to me. We've got some signature models from Kirk Hammett here that, again, they look like Rhodes models with bits chopped off to me. I'm not a massive fan of the cutaway up high. It does help. It is there for a reason, but it just makes the guitar look a bit off to me. They're in classic finishes, you know. I've got a metallic gold and a red sparkle and a black sparkle. The black one is probably the safe option. The other two, I'm not sure. They're a bit old man, you know, guitars to me. They look a bit old manish, so they might not appeal to the younger fans out there, but that's probably not who they're aiming at with the price point of E2 guitars anyway. So last but not least, there are two more guitars I want to talk about in this video. One of them is the E2 M1 through NT in Snow White. I had to look at the screen to concentrate on this one. This looks just like the LTD Arctic White guitars. I would have liked, I like the Tone Pro style bridges, but I would have liked a neck humbucker on this guitar. I know that the Arctic series doesn't have them. This is an E2, obviously, but I think if I'm going to be spending that amount of money, I need to be covered personally for my needs to have a neck pickup on there, just for a bit of versatility on the guitar. You know, I don't use it that much, but sometimes particularly doing videos mainly for you guys, I will switch to the neck pickup quite a lot for, you know, a quick bluesy lead or something. But yeah, the guitar looks fantastic. I really like that immaculate snow white look. Very similar to the previous one we talked about with the Floyd Rose on. But I do prefer that type of bridge. I play really well on a Tone Pro style bridge for some reason. The next guitar I want to talk about is an LTD EC1000. It's in camo. Now at first, when I first saw this guitar, I was like, ooh, it's a bit too much for me. I don't think I want that much green and that much camo on there. But then when I saw it on a video, I can't remember who it was, somebody filmed the booth, and when they went past it with the camera, that satin camo, it really popped and it really looked really nice in the booth. What it would look like in the flesh, I don't know, but I did quite like it, if I'm honest. You know, I did like it when I saw it on the video, whoever's video it was. It really looked nice on the video, but on here as a thumbnail, it's not for me. We also have an LTD MH1000 with an EverTune bridge on. Again, the satin red guitars, they appeal to me quite a lot, but they look awesome on the camera, like I said previously. EverTune bridge, Fishman pickups again, because they seem to be moving away from EMG for some reason. I'm not sure why they've decided to do that, but I think it's just because Fishman are getting more popular, and a lot of artists are starting to use Fishman pickups rather than EMG. You know, they are becoming an active option now, our Fishman pickups. So yeah, that's an interesting one. Let me know what you think down there below in the comments about Fishman pickups. Then last but not least, the E2 Eclipse Tiger Eyes Sunburst looks awesome. I absolutely love it. It's a bit old manny for me, you know, like if I got that guitar, my son, my 13-year-old son, quite a big Slipknot fan, he would be like, Dad, you've bought an old man's guitar, you know. But I think as I'm getting older, I'm getting to appreciate flame tops and bursts and things like that more than I did when I was younger, I guess. But yeah, I do like that guitar as well. Again, that's going to be somewhere in the price point of 2.5K to 3K. But really nice looking guitar. Credit to ESP guitars. I think when times are hard at the moment, as they are for everybody, brands and consumers, customers, I do think that ESP did well to put this together and to turn up to Namm and pay out for the booth and everything that they've done. I think they've done a really grand job of it. Obviously, Engel Amps will share the booth with ESP. Now they're kind of like in partnership. So that might be how they afforded to do it when some other brands decided not to. But yeah, absolutely love what ESP have done this year. Like I said, I need an Eclipse bad on the channel. So I'm hoping by the end of the year, I will get some demo guitars from ESP. I have been in conversation with ESP, but like any other brand, they're struggling for stock right now. But I'm hoping to get some on the channel, definitely some Eclipse, and I might even buy one if I really take to it. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Ninecorn Neil. I'm getting the hell out of here now. Please comment below. Sorry that the video has been a bit jerky on and off, but all my information over there are my reminders on my Mac. My Mac keeps freezing. So if you see me looking over there and kind of like stuttering around, that's because my Mac's frozen. I can't move on to the next guitar. So apologies for that, but hope you still enjoyed the videos. I will see you all very, very soon.